That's always about if you find what you love, get started with that. It will never stop. It will keep on going. You don't need anyone to motivate you. And that is the thing which I found. And that is the only thing I recommend to youth also, that you find yourself what you actually love.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to my show. My name is Tiffany Alexander, and this is Unveiling Journeys. I want to tell you just a hot second, real quick, about me. I love people. I love talking to people. I love meeting new people, the thrill, the chase, the hunt. um, and I absolutely cannot wait that whenever I get to have extra time, not just a minute with you, but 30 minutes with you, maybe 15 minutes with you, or an hour, I love to say, hey, this has been phenomenal. How can I get to know more cool people just like yourself? Or I have some fun people I think you need to know. Or if you're like, Tiff, I don't meet anybody cool at all, you can say, wow, this has been a fun chat. Who do you know that you think I need to know? So that way you can always be asking for you to expand your network too. I know this is a little bit of an extrovert activity, but you can do it. I promise. So with that, all the cool people that I meet, I don't know what else to do with them other than tell people about them. And some of them are the effect of me inviting them to come on the show. So with that, I have an amazing guest for you today. We've had some really good time together. We met at a networking event, and then we realized, oh my gosh, what you're doing is fun. I want to tell people about it. So with that, welcome, Sarthak. Come and tell everybody, what are you up to right now, and who are you?
Thank you so much, Tiffany, for inviting me to the podcast. And I want to say namaste from India. So, in an Indian style, typical. So, when it comes to me, I'm from central India and I'm managing three businesses right now. The first is in India, the second in Colorado, United States, and third in Wales, UK. So, what is something which makes me spark is a personal branding, right? But people think that personal branding is entirely just about showing off. It's different. It's absolutely different. It's about self identification. And to identify yourself, it's a long journey. And that's why we invented this incubator, which incubate your personal brand and give you a lifetime support. So when it comes to a personal brand, it has multiple elements, which includes UI, which is about how people see you. Right? It's about the digital presence. UX is about how people actually feel. Just imagine you are visiting a seven-star hotel and the experience that they are serving to you. You are paying 100 times an extra amount and you are becoming happy out of that. So that is known as the UX. The third is the AI. Everyone is talking about AI, but how you can integrate this in your personal brand, in your business is about the consistent things that you are constantly doing, which are repetitive. So you are making this automated, right? The next thing is about self experience, which is the most important pillar out of that, which is about identifying who you are. Most of the businesses don't know why they exist. Most of the people don't know why they born into this world, right? People talk about what is market differentiation. I will say identify yourself, who you are. You would able to differentiate yourself, your business in your market. And the last pillar that comes with asset management. It's about how you manage your brand assets like your trademarks, your ISO, your any other things like copyright, right? Branding is not only about this, it is also about the legal assets that you are having. That includes the specs that you are wearing, the clothes that you are wearing, which is matching with my background, right? The watches that you are wearing, everything, even people color their hairs for branding.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely crazy. It's made for crazy people, right? So that's what it is. But when it comes to personally, I'm a TEDx speaker, author, and a podcaster. I'm on a mission to empower 10 million youth and small businesses by 2030. And that is something which makes me happy,
Yeah.
which makes a purpose, because it's not about money. It's about how you create successful people. That is the most important thing which is needed.
I love that so much. I love that you carry your passion so much in this to do so many different angles of this because the service that you're providing for people, you are like um, doing them a huge favor by locking them in not only at a lifetime amount, but that you have invented something that's lower cost than what they would have ever expected, and that you care
Exactly.
so deeply about this. And you have a full crew that helps you with this, right?
Exactly.
I love that. And um that you're worldwide and that you understand so deeply about branding to be able to make this like happen and come to life. Let's do this. I want to share your whole story, which I know is really fun because you're so young. Like to be able to have such a phenomenal thing and reach and dream to be able to accomplish it. Let's start from the very beginning. Like what I know you're from India, like what did you want to be when you were growing up? Like what did that look like in those first school and job and the influential people in your life that had you go this direction?
Exactly. Exactly. So it starts with 1907. So probably 120 years from now, my great grandfather has started a business from a penny. They have created a successful business in the course of 50 years. Due to family splits and multiple reasons, the business that they have created over time was destroyed, right? And when I was born in 2003, I never inherited an empire. I inherited the ashes of one. Now, I was taking these ashes with me. I was not realizing about that. When I was approximately 17 years old, I realized this when my grandfather narrated the story, and they told me that how great my great grandparents are. So was thinking like, why to have this middle class life? Why to think about job? Why to stick with this crowd? There is something, a different world I'm having. During that time, I was in 11th grade. We have 12 grades generally in India. So I was preparing for my college examination. Like we have an entrance examination known as IIT, Institute Indian Institute of Technology, which is the world's toughest examination. If you can Google it, right? So I was preparing for that, but I was not interested enough for preparation because that was something my parents wants to do, but I want to do something different. So meanwhile, my parents were thinking that I'm studying. My mind was going how I can create a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I was creating that YouTube channel, but believe me, it's really funny. I used to copy and repurpose those videos, nothing more than that I used to do. But from there, I learned something about social media. I learned something about video editing, which helped me to start my second business that is inspired by my mother. Now, my mother creates handicrafts, and Indian handicrafts are very popular all around the world. So, when I created this, when I saw this, she is making this out of her hobby. I want to monetize this. Now, in India, we say a banya community. A banya is like a person who understands business. So we have business in blood, right? From our generations, right? So you can just Google about the banya community. Very amazing history. So I was just thinking about how I can sell this. So from there, my first time, my entrepreneur was screaming from inside that, hey, start. Studies is not meant for you. Start from here. So I started with that. And as expected, I failed again. Why? Because in India, handicraft markets are so much saturated. People don't need it. Right? Internationally, they need it, but they are not needed nationally. So, okay, not a problem. I again thought about that. And then I thought that why to sell a handicraft? It is taking too much time to create a single handicraft. It's taking a month for creating a single handicraft.
Wow.
I can sell a raw material and I can get raw material within 10 seconds. I need to just buy from the market. So I get that raw material, rebranded that raw material, and something which is coming in $1, I was just selling in $10 just by rebranding. And I have sent actually sell thousands of units. So I initially got some seed funding, not only for my startups, but also to pay my school fee, high school
Yeah.
fee, right? So after that, COVID struck and everything got destroyed. So it was a bad experience. Being a single child, I have to suffer a lot and I also have to prepare for my examinations. Later on, things went well. I have to restart my business and I came to college. Now I was studying BTech in computer science, which is about entirely about coding, computers and everything.
Oh, man.
My parents wants me to become a software engineer, but
Ah,
I don't want to become anything because I was not aware about what I want to be. I just following my passion and my inner art, whatever I want to do. But they mean to say that, yeah, hey Sarthak, you're just wasting time. But my mother believed in me. She wants, okay, whatever he's doing for good. Whatever he will do, he will reach somewhere someday. So in the initial 6 months of my 5 year journey of my college, I was completely focused on getting a job. I was coding. I was writing a lot of codes. I was creating websites. I was creating applications.
wow.
One day, I went to
This is
Mumbai.
something, by the way, people don't end up doing till, like, later on. Like, you're doing this already initially into college. It's phenomenal to think about that.
Exactly. So I was doing this. One day, I was, since I live in a town, I went to a super urban area. I was seeing skyscrapers, glass buildings, big, $1 million, $2 million, like that. I was thinking, like, Sarthak, you are small, literally small. These buildings are big. How you can become like that? That was the question. I asked to my mother. She remained unanswered. I asked to my father. Again, he can't answer this. But from there, I started to find that answer of. And from here, I closed everything what I was having. I started with my IT company. I was enrolled into a Microsoft Student Ambassador program and I got some global connections from there. And they supported me a lot. I started with an IT company. Since no experience with business and whatever I'm doing was literally very unprofessional, no structures, nothing. Okay, I get started with that IT business with 8 co-founders. Imagine 8 co-founders in a single business. Close our first deal for $100, and now this $100 has to be distributed amongst 8 co-founders. So typically we are making nothing, absolutely making a loss. So some internal conflict happened, and within a night, again that business got destroyed. Okay, but from there I got an understanding that Sarthak, you are very good in speaking, right? And from there I went to an IT consulting background. I started consulting people. I got a good response. I made some money also out of that. Later on, I was again thinking about that glass building. Okay, Sarthak, these are millions of dollars. But the people who created this building, I don't know them. Why? Because they focused only on making money. What I actually want, a purpose of my life. They are not purposeful. They are good businessmen, but they are not successful with purpose. I, from there, the perspective of life changed. It's not about being successful. It's about how you create successful people. That was the definition actually invented that day.
Wow.
And I just thought that how I can provide value to my society. Since I was young, I can see other people, they're following the crowd. I started in my first initiative empowering youth. And I just found my strength, that my strength is about speaking, and I have some good ideas to share. I started with that and I started empowering youth
Wow.
by speaking, by mindset, so that they can become what they meant to be.
Yeah.
And they should not become what people are saying to them.
Hmm.
And from there, I started taking seminars, a lot of webinars. I started throwing them various opportunities so that they can learn with us. I collaborated with a lot of companies and I brought them a lot of opportunities too. And that is what my LinkedIn reflect right now. 33,000 followers we are having. So from there, I got a spike. I was now moving like this in terms of everything. I got recognitions all over the India from the Finance Institute. Despite I was studying as a student, I was getting a recognition as an industrialist. So it's all about the impact that you create. Age is just a number. From there, slowly and slowly, things moves on. My business was also growing, and later on, we created this entire business. Plus, I also get a TED invitation, right? So, which actually changed my life. It get me a global connections, lot of global connections, right? Later on, I also started with two or three businesses more parallel to that. Then we found that that is not sufficient. We need a specialization, Sarthak. You can't do everything. People try to become a multitasking one. I want to become a single tasker. So I again sat at a place. I restructured my entire brand, and then we started with this personal brand space. Since it is something which I already do from past 5 years, I had a great expertise and people love that. Initially, our customer retention rate was so low, but later on we worked over our service and now we are very successful with that, right? So that is the entire journey. But in the funny part, which I missed right now, in between, we also started a consulting firm, which is for which is known as the bad business, right? Now, what we found that a lot of businesses are not good, right? So there is something bad into that. So that bad should be converted into good. So we started a bad business that converts the bad business to good, and where bad means breakdown analysis and decision, which is a problem solving approach of business. You
Nice.
break the problem, you analyze the smaller chunks, you add those problem and you get the result.
Yeah.
So later on, that initiative, I never thought about that initiative get converted into a student community known as the bad verse, right? It's about the universe of opportunity that comes at a single place that provides solutions to people and solve the problem absolutely for zero cost. So we created community of thousands of students, and still I own that. You can visit badverse.in. So that is something my journey is. It's full of changes, struggles, but what is the one thing that I never stopped learning? I started with A, ended with not Z, because whatever I am seeing right now, maybe it is a Z for me, but
Yeah.
it could be more than Z. We can say it alpha,
Uh,
beta, gamma, delta,
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever it is. Yeah.
This is so cool. I feel like we need to have like a yearly checkup to see where you're going because the stuff that you've done and invented, people I've met in their 40s and 50s have only dreamt about. And the fact that you're such an action taker, I appreciate that. Um, that everything it is you're doing, you're willing to chalk it up as a learning experience or as a loss or as like, wow, I need to do better or how do I do this? But not just for yourself, like how much money can I make through this, but how many people can I bring with me to encourage them and lift up their brand to have this number you've already picked out to say, I'm going to help this many millions of people to be able to make them and their businesses better. Like, just as a visionary, caring person, I think I appreciate so much your heart and your business model in this. And I'm even some of the other stuff you shared with me, I'm like, this is so cool. There's not anybody at this point that shouldn't reach out and just hear what it is that you have as possibly a solution for their business. Tell me, you're doing what you do, and it's a lot of effort and energy and work. Like, why do you keep trying so hard? I know we summarized it a little bit. I don't want to ask it as like a pointed question. Like, why do you keep trying?
We all love playing games, right? We just imagine that you are scrolling your Instagram. Maybe you are watching something, a web series. Think about you're watching this for 12 hours and times goes off, right? What is the psychology behind that? Because you are loving it. You are attached to it, right? Similarly, when it comes to you, you never need an external motivation. That's always about if you find what you love, get started with that. It will never stop. It will keep on going. You don't need anyone to motivate you. And that is the thing which I found. And that is the only thing I recommend to youth also, that you find yourself what you actually love, right? Uh, one of the uh, women came to me that, Sarthak, what business I should do, right? I say, what do you actually love? She said to me that I love making cakes. I said to her, make the world's best cake. It should be the tastiest one in the world. And now she's running a great cake business in India.
I love that you're also inspiring, encouraging others to reach out in their dreams that they never thought they could. Um, Man, this is so fun to hang out with you and see how wise. I there's a term that some people have used that I feel like I want to use right now, which is like you're like an old soul. You know, you got born into this life with so much wisdom that you already have that you've been able to sort of like download and apply into your life and then pour into other people's lives. That's really amazing to see and hear
Right.
from you.
And it has a logic, by the way. What happens, the 75 clients that I'm having right now, it's, see, I'm the person who consult them, right? And these are the clients, these are more than 40 years of age. So definitely very successful than me, very experienced than me, right? And they can teach me a lot. So 75 mentors I'm having, and if I'm committing 75 hours with them every month, so I'm generating millions of ideas, like millions of my ideas are generating into my mind. So it's always working into my subconscious mind. So that is something which makes me quite old than my age. So despite I'm a Gen Z, but I don't think like a Gen Z. That's a
Mm-mm.
problem.
No, it's not for them, not for you.
Yeah.
My dear. This is so neat. Tell me, at this point, people are hearing out the stuff you're doing, the stuff you have, the abilities and your heart behind all this. They're thinking, how do I find you? Like, where do you want people to come reach out to you to spend time with you and see if they need to know you?
Search my name on Google. You will get it.
I'll find you. And if you're like,
Yeah.
no, look in the show notes below, look, see who I'm connected to. And then you guys can check that out. So that way it's not hard to find when you've had a TEDx talk and the things that you've done. Um, Tell me, there's two more questions. What what's on the horizon? So much. How can we summarize it here on the show?
So particularly you need a summarization of whatever I spoken right now, right?
No, just for you, like what's next? Like what's on the horizon? What are you working on?
Perfect. Perfect. So as I mentioned, I'm working towards the specialization. We want to become the world's number one. That is next. Nothing much. I'm chasing Forbes. That's quite big thing, but I want to be there.
That's awesome. I just thought of a few connections I totally need to get you with. I want to ask you, you have so many words of wisdom and so many good nuggets. Which ones of these do you want to leave with everybody? Let's wrap up the show with your wisdom bits.
Perfect. So it's easy. What do you have to do? See, nothing. Uh, Steve Jobs used to do this, and I also used to do this. Have this paper, right? Invest 1 hour every day if you can, or invest 1 hour every week. It depends on the individual capability. Shut your laptops, keep your phone away, put it into dustbin, right? And sit with a pen and paper in a very traditional manner and just think, right? Within few months, you will get a self-awareness who you are, right? But the only condition is don't rely on others' thoughts. Just think about what you want to be, who I am, what I do. What is something which is act as a success mantra along with this? You combine this with the what we say thoughts of Napoleon Hill, the author of the Think and Grow Rich, the manifestation, right? Whenever you write this paper, it psychologically proves that you manifested that. I want to become the world's number one. No options. I will do it. So if you have this confidence, brain is also confident. Okay, this guy is so confident. Oh, let's do it then. Just imagine how this principle actually works. Whenever we are small, so our mothers used to say in India that, okay, you tap the pillow number of times you want to wake up. So imagine you have to wake up at 4 a.m. You have to tap 4 times and you will automatically get your eyes open without any alarm,
Wow.
right? How this works, this is power of subconscious mind. You even don't utilize 10% of your brain. That's all subconscious which is going on. So that is the second computer that you are having, which is unutilized. So with the help of this paper and with your strong hard work and determination, you can get it activated. And it comes with no cost. And it gives you absolutely return, lot of returns. So just try with that. If you don't see the results, come back to me. And if you
Perfect.
see the results, come back to me.
Come back to me. Oh my gosh. I appreciate your time so much. Thank you for coming on the show. Guys, thank you for staying this long, for listening to this whole episode. Go and reach out right now. Go to all the hyperlinks for all the show and take some time. So that way you can reach out and have Sarthak as your new friend and someone who can be influential in your business, and then see where he's going. He's like up, up, and up right now. So I will catch you guys later on the next episode. And thank you for stopping by. Take care.
Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.